Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Gaming Psychologist coming to you with another video in my EVE Explanations series. I am recording this pretty much immediately after the last one, so you will see us still in this fleet mining away. And today, or in this video, we are going to discuss the rest of the way that my corporation makes money. Last time I explained a mining fleet, which obviously we mine stuff. But then I said that we refine it into minerals and then use those minerals to build things. But I'm actually going to explain in a little bit more depth how that works. So, in the field is ore, which the mining ships mine. It gets picked up and taken back to base somehow. And let me just drop a little bit of a little bit of ore into the Orcus hangar, so that I can show you. Here we go. Now, this is a type of ore. There are a dozen or so different ore types in the game that each have variations with more or less ore in them. This is called azure plagioclase, which is the second tier of the plagioclase ore. Each ore is arranged into 3 tiers. There will be, for example, for this, there would be plagioclase, then azure plagioclase, which has a 5% bonus in the refinable materials, and then rich plagioclase has a 10% bonus over the base. Each type of ore has got those different variants. Now, if I click show info on this ore, I can see the reprocessed materials. And if I had a 100% reprocessing skill, I would get this much ore, or this many of each of these refined materials, I should say, per 100 units of this type of ore. Now, it's impossible to get a 100% refinery rate. You can get close if you refine in what's called a player-owned structure, which is for another time, and you have maximum reprocessing skills, but you can't get an actual 100% yield. There is always loss involved. So these are only theoretical numbers. You can get about 90 or 95% of this with maximum skills, which is good. It's definitely good, but I'm not quite there. This character does not have higher reprocessing skills. Elizabeth up here has got our tops for reprocessing. Uh-oh, looks like we're about to get into a conversation. There's a little bit of strife in the corp, but that's for another time. Anyways, like I was saying, my reprocessing skill, resource processing, works out to be about 62-63%, and I know all of this is gobbledygook. I will explain these skill systems later. But based on my processing skill, I will get some of this material. Then, once you have these materials, you place them in one of your hangars, and you open the industry tab. And let's allow that to open. Inside the industry tab, you have blueprints, facilities, and jobs. Facilities just tells you what you can use at different stations in the region and what the station tax is to use those facilities. This can be useful to figure out where you are setting your base up, but once you actually figure out where you're going to put your industrial base, none of this matters. Over here in the Blueprints tab, I can see things that are owned by the corporation and things that are owned by me personally. And then you can pick which station you want to look at these things in. And that applies to the corporation as well. And you can see that we have all of these blueprints. And the list goes on and on. But I'm just going to pick one at random. Let's go for Berserker 1 blueprint. So let's say that I wanted to build a Berserker blueprint in Gisliers, which actually I don't think I can do that now. Yep. Okay, let's say I wanted to build a Berserker 1 from the blueprint copy. These are the minerals that I need to have in order to build one of these. This blueprint is for 13, so these are the minerals that I would need to build 13. Let's see, mineral stores and factory warehouse. So I'm going to turn these minerals, which we have mined and refined, into these 13 Berserker 1 drones. and start. And they will be done in 1 hour and 45 minutes, and we have just turned resources into profit. I have done a lot of research into figuring out what sells the best and where. And even though we do spend time to get our resources, we don't spend money on them. It's very difficult to explain that, you know, we're spending time but not money, and the resources aren't exactly free because we're spending time, but we've all talked about it, and this is our favorite way to make money. And that is how the industrial system works, basically. It's much, much more complicated than what I've just went through, despite the fact that it may seem complicated now. But since this isn't a tutorial series, I'll just leave it at that. That's how we take our that's how we take our ore that we mine, refine it, and turn it into stuff to sell. Oh, is that frozen? There we go. Well, that is all for now. I have to go have a court meeting over a tax dispute. Riveting. Until next time, bye-bye now.